Burnout is a long, deep tired. It does not go away with one night of sleep. It is a state of exhaustion that builds slowly over time, wearing down your body, wearing down your mind, wearing down your spirit. It can change how you feel about the things you once loved. It can alter how you think about yourself. It can alter how you think about the world around you. This is not the same as feeling tired after a long week. This is a profound depletion that seeps into every part of your being, making even simple tasks feel like climbing a mountain, believing it is a personal failing. When the demands of work or life go on and on without relief, you begin to use up your reserves of energy. You may find yourself pushing past feelings of pain, pushing past anxiety, pushing past simple exhaustion. You try to do more than your body and mind can sustainably handle. In this state, you might stop listening to your body's signals. You may ignore the small alarms of a headache, ignore a tight jaw, ignore a restless night. After a long period of ignoring these warnings, the alarms can sound again, but this time they are louder. They come as deep fatigue that sleep does not touch. They come as trouble staying asleep. They come as difficult memories. They come as a persistent sense of dread. They come as a feeling of complete emotional blankness. Rest is an essential first step on the path away from burnout. Rest can mean getting more sleep. Rest can mean taking a day off from work. Rest can mean finding moments of quiet time in an otherwise busy day. These acts of rest can provide temporary return to a sense of normal. Sleep helps your brain clear away metabolic waste. A day off can lower immediate stress for a short while, but rest is often not the whole answer after long, severe burnout. Rest alone can feel like placing a clean bandage on a deep, unhealed wound. Healing is a process that goes much deeper than rest. Healing involves a fundamental change in the body. Healing involves a fundamental change in the mind. Why does the damage from burnout linger long after the stressful period has ended? When stress is chronic and prolonged, the body changes its internal rules to survive. Your nervous system acts like a vigilant guard, constantly scanning the environment for danger. It learns to stay on high alert so you can handle perceived threats. The problem is that this guard can get stuck in its watchful post. Even when the source of the stress is gone, the demanding project is finished, you have left the toxic job. Your heart may continue to race at unexpected moments. Your muscles remain tight and braced for impact. Your sleep stays shallow and unrefreshing. Your thoughts drift to worst-case scenarios without your consent. These are signs your system is stuck in danger mode. This prolonged alertness changes your body's chemistry. Chronic stress affects hormones and immune function, sleep-wake cycle, digestion. Your body may feel tired and achy even after a full night of rest. Heaviness in your joints, a general sense of malaise. You may get sick more often, catching every cold. The brain itself can change, especially regions processing reward and joy. Things you used to enjoy may feel flat and uninteresting. So ordinary rest can feel empty. You rest the body but still feel unwell. Cognitive effects are as real as physical ones. Long-term stress can impair your ability to focus, make decisions, remember things. You might struggle to concentrate on a book or conversation. Your brain can feel like it's moving through thick fog. This is not laziness or lack of intelligence. It's a physiological consequence of an overworked brain. Your mind needs more than a break. It needs time and space to repair. Emotionally, the landscape after burnout can feel barren, volatile. Some people feel profound numbness and disconnection. It can be hard to feel joy, sadness, or anything in between. For others, emotions become overwhelming and hard to control. You might feel irritable, anxious, or quick to tears over small things. These shifts are not a reflection of your character. They are symptoms of an exhausted nervous system. It is crucial to understand the distinction between rest and healing, as this knowledge can free you from the guilt of not feeling better after a vacation or a weekend off. Rest is about cessation. It is the act of stopping the activity that is draining you. It is passive. You lie down, you take a nap, you cancel your plans, you stop pushing. Rest is absolutely necessary. It is the first aid for exhaustion. It gives your body and brain a chance to pause, to stop accumulating more stress, and to begin the most basic level of physical recovery. Without adequate rest, healing is impossible. However, healing is an active process. It is what happens after you have rested. Healing involves actively creating the conditions for your nervous system to repair itself. It is about more than just stopping the harm. It is about gently and intentionally rebuilding what was damaged. If rest is putting down a heavy weight, healing is the physical therapy you do afterward to strengthen the muscles that were strained. Healing involves learning new skills, changing old patterns, tending to the emotional wounds that burnout leaves behind. It requires your participation, but in a way that is gentle, patient, and deeply compassionate toward yourself. It is not another task to achieve, but a new way of being. This is why you can rest for a week and still feel fundamentally broken. You might sleep for 10 hours a night and still wake up feeling a sense of dread or emptiness. It does not teach your body that it is safe now. It does not process the fear, resentment, or grief that may have accumulated during the period of high stress. When you are resting, you may simply be creating a quiet space where the full extent of your exhaustion and emotional pain can finally surface. This can be confusing and disheartening if you expect rest to be a cure. Think of it like a garden that has been through a long drought. Simply stopping the harsh sun is not enough to bring the withered plants back to life. The garden needs gentle, consistent watering. It needs nutrients added back into the soil. It may need to be tended, with dead leaves cleared away to make room for new growth. Your recovery from burnout is similar. Rest stops the drought. Healing is the slow, patient work of tending to the garden of your own well-being, helping it to slowly and sustainably flourish once more. It is a process that honors the damage that was done and provides what is needed for a true recovery. It is the slow, steady return of calm and safety to your nervous system. The core of healing from burnout is the slow and steady repair of your nervous system. Chronic stress teaches your system to live in a state of high alert, often called the fight or flight response. Healing is gently guiding your nervous system back to rest and safety, the rest and digest response. This cannot be rushed. Your nervous system learns through repetition. It doesn't understand verbal commands to just relax. It responds to consistent signals from your body and environment that the threat has passed. Repair happens in small, incremental steps, not a dramatic, overnight transformation. It's about tiny moments of safety and calm every day. First step, notice your body. Shoulders tense, jaw clenched, breathing shallow. You don't need to fix it right away. Noticing without judgment is powerful. Re-establish communication with the body you may have ignored. Gentle awareness teaches your nervous system that its signals matter. Breath is crucial. Stress makes breathing quick and chest-centered. That type of breathing signals danger. Slow, deep diaphragmatic breathing signals calm. Try a few minutes each day. Breathe in through your nose for 4. Feel your belly expand. Breathe out through your mouth for 6. The longer exhale activates rest and digest. It's not perfect breathing. It's intentional calm. Gentle sensory input helps too. Your senses go straight to the brain. Surround yourself with calming experiences. Listen to quiet instrumental music. Wrap in a soft, heavy blanket. Look at peaceful nature. Smell lavender. These small sensory inputs are a balm for an overstimulated system. The foundational step in healing from burnout is creating a sense of safety. This safety needs to be both external, in your environment, and internal, in your relationship with yourself. External safety involves finding or creating physical spaces where your body can genuinely relax. This might be a particular chair in your home, or a quiet corner of a park, or even your car during a lunch break. The key is that it is a place where you feel unthreatened and where demands on you are low. Pay attention to the lighting, the sounds, and the general feeling of a space. Gentle, warm light and quiet can feel much safer to a stressed nervous system than harsh, bright lights and loud noises. Internal safety is about changing how you relate to yourself and your experience. After a period of burnout, it is common to feel at odds with your own body and mind. You might feel frustrated with your fatigue or angry about your inability to function as you once did. Creating internal safety means starting to treat yourself with the same kindness and compassion you would offer to a loved one who is suffering. It means replacing harsh self-criticism with gentle self-talk. Instead of saying, "I'm so lazy," you might try saying, "My body is deeply tired and needs care." This shift in internal dialogue is not about making excuses. It is about acknowledging reality with kindness. A powerful way to build both internal and external safety is through the creation of small, predictable routines. Long-term stress can make the world feel chaotic and unpredictable, which keeps the nervous system on high alert. A gentle, steady routine can provide a sense of order and predictability that is deeply calming. This does not need to be a rigid schedule. It could be as simple as a small morning ritual, like making a cup of tea and sitting by a window for 5 minutes before you do anything else. Or it could be a simple wind-down routine at night, like reading a few pages of a book or doing some gentle stretches. These small, repeated actions tell your body that today is not an emergency. Part of creating safety is also about reducing exposure to things that feel threatening or overwhelming. In the early stages of recovery, this might mean limiting your time on social media or watching the news. It might mean declining social invitations that feel draining. It can be difficult to step back as you may feel guilty or worry about missing out. But your primary job during this time is to protect your limited energy and create a safe container for your healing. This is a temporary measure to allow your nervous system the space it needs to begin its repair work. You are building a gentle fence around your well-being, not a permanent wall. Healing from burnout is not about grand gestures, small actions, steady actions, kind actions. For the body, gentle movement is often more beneficial than strenuous exercise. The goal of movement during recovery is not to push your limits, but to help your body release stored tension and process stress hormones. This can look like a slow walk around your block, focusing on the feeling of your feet on the ground. It can be 5 minutes of gentle stretching when you wake up in the morning, moving in ways that feel good and nourishing, not forceful. Even just standing up and shaking out your arms and legs for a minute can help to shift stagnant energy. For the mind, one of the kindest actions you can take is to practice naming your feelings without judgment. After prolonged burnout, you may have learned to suppress or ignore your emotions in order to keep going. Healing invites you to gently reconnect with them. You can do this by simply pausing a few times a day and asking yourself, "What am I feeling right now?" Then name the feeling softly to yourself. "I feel tired. I feel a little bit scared. I feel numb." Naming a feeling is not the same as getting lost in it. It is an act of acknowledgement that helps your brain to process the emotion, which can reduce its intensity and allow it to pass more easily. Engaging in small, simple tasks that use your hands can be incredibly grounding. Activities like kneading dough, watering plants, folding laundry, or drawing can help bring you out of worried thoughts and into the present moment. These are not tasks to be completed efficiently. The goal is to focus on the physical sensations involved, the texture of the cloth, the coolness of the soil, the rhythm of a simple, repetitive motion. This kind of mindful activity gives your brain a break from complex problem solving and worry, offering a gentle anchor to the physical world. It provides a sense of accomplishment without being demanding. It is also important to reintroduce small moments of pleasure into your day. Burnout can dull your capacity for joy, making everything feel gray. Savoring the taste of a piece of chocolate, taking a moment to feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, listening to a song you used to love. Do not put pressure on yourself to feel a certain way. Simply offer yourself the experience. Over time, these small moments of gentle pleasure can help to slowly rekindle the pathways of joy and reward in your brain. A critical part of the healing process is learning to set and maintain boundaries. Burnout often develops in environments where our boundaries have been repeatedly crossed or where we have not felt able to set them in the first place. A boundary is simply a limit that you set to protect your time, your energy, and your well-being. Learning to say no is a foundational skill for recovery. No does not have to be a harsh or angry word. It can be said calmly and kindly. It can be as simple as, "Thank you for thinking of me, but I don't have the capacity for that right now." Each time you set a small, necessary boundary, you are sending a message to yourself and others that your needs are valid. This practice of setting limits helps you to conserve the precious energy you need for healing. Think of your energy as a small, finite resource each day. You must become a careful steward of that resource. Before agreeing to a task or a request, pause and ask yourself, do I have the energy for this today? If the answer is no, then declining is an act of self-care. This can feel uncomfortable or selfish at first, especially if you are used to being the person who always says yes. But protecting your energy is not selfish. It is a necessary part of rebuilding your health. It is about honoring your current limits so that you can eventually expand them again in a sustainable way. Healing from burnout can feel incredibly lonely, which is why seeking support is so important. Support can come in many forms. It might be a trusted friend or family member who is a good listener, someone who can hear you without trying to fix you. You do not need to share every detail of your pain at once. Simply sharing what you can with a safe person can lessen the burden. Support can also be practical. It can look like allowing someone to bring you a meal, help with an errand, or just sit with you in companionable silence. Accepting help can be difficult, but it is a vital way to lighten your load and remind your nervous system that you are not alone in the world. Sometimes the most effective support comes from a professional. A therapist who is knowledgeable about burnout, stress, and trauma can provide guidance and tools specifically for nervous system regulation. A doctor can help rule out any underlying medical conditions that may be contributing to your fatigue. Reaching out for professional help is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of wisdom. It is an acknowledgement that you are dealing with a complex health issue and that expert guidance can make the path to recovery clearer and less lonely. If you are in the slow, quiet process of recovering from burnout, it is essential to hear this message clearly. Your need for time is valid. Your need to move slowly and gently is valid. Your need to set boundaries is valid. Your need to ask for help is valid. You did not fail by becoming exhausted, and you are not failing now by needing more than just a simple rest. You are engaged in the deep and important work of slow repair. This work is real, it is challenging, and it deserves to be honored.